Hey everybody, welcome back to Susan Lynn Psychic Medium and my channel here on YouTube. If you're new, thanks for joining me. If you've recently subscribed, I'm very grateful. And to my continuous supporters and subscribers, thank you, thank you, thank you. Good to see you guys again. So listen, very quickly, if you are new here, I'm a psychic and a medium, and when I do these videos, I'm basically communicating with my spirit guides on the other side as I'm doing the video. And I want to say today that, I haven't been doing as many political videos. There's a couple of reasons. One reason is that it's pretty low energy. It's yucky, right? I mean, we've been swimming in it for 4 years. It was like swimming in a septic tank. It wasn't pretty, but we all wanted to know what was going on. It was very important for us to have some kind of sanity, some kind of belief that something good was going to happen. And I know for me that I watched, channels like Linda G and, Denise Siegel and just all these people, Whimsy, all these people kept me sane during that time because, like I said, we wanted to know that maybe there was some hope somewhere, right? So now here we are. We've got Biden as a president. We've got some real normalcy happening, right? We're not wearing masks everywhere. We're able to go on vacation. We're able to get on flights. We're able to do things that we haven't done for a year. And it just feels good to be normal, right? It just feels good to maybe have some hope and not look at the cesspool that is the former guy and his administration. But on occasion, I still do political videos, and this is going to be one of those. I basically told my spirit guides, look, when I need to do a video, let me know, give me the topic, give me the information. I'm happy to tell people about it. I'm happy to. Because for one thing, where we are now is on a holding pattern. We want justice. I mean, I'm just going to say it. The capital we. We all want justice. It's not just me. Majority of us want some kind of justice. Luckily, George Floyd got some justice. A little too late if you ask me, but this guy, Chauvin, should have been in jail. This officer should have been in jail years ago. Justice moves very slowly. The wheels turn very slowly. And really, honestly, too slow for most of us. So that's what's happening now with the former guy. But I do want to say that there seems to be some big things happening, and that's why my spirit guides are like, look, some big things are happening. I think it's important that we let people know. So here I am. So the thing that I want to let you know, first of all, I want to ask you guys about Schiavone. The name Schiavone came to me this morning. To be completely honest with you, and welcome to my world, Schiavone could be a crossed over loved one of somebody that I'm going to read this week, coming in early. Maybe she's always early for everything because I'm getting Louise Schiavone. Now, I'm also getting a Schiavone related to politics. Now, there is a Joe Schiavone that was a Ohio State senator. He is now an Ohio State judge. He was very forward in his opinions and very public in his opinions about the former guy. So he didn't like the former guy. He seems like a good guy to me. Maybe Joe Schiavone is going to play a role somewhere, somehow, in something having to do with the former guy. I don't know. This is my world. It's like, which one of these things do you belong to? I do believe it's leaning towards politics. So what happens is I go back to my spirit guides and I say, okay, what is this? Where does this go? Which basket would you like for me to put this in? And they are telling me politics. So I'm just going to say, keep an eye out for something to do with Schiavone. It could be a different Schiavone that we don't even know. Maybe somebody in the former guy's organization somewhere. And I will say this as well. My guides tend to be in the past. They have been about 2 months out. So when I do a video 2 months from now, that's when that's really going to start coming into play. They don't have time on the other side the way we have time. Our time is very slow compared to their time, okay? Same thing with your crossed over relatives. Their time is much faster than ours, okay? So I don't know what's going on with Schiavone. I would just say kind of keep your eyes and ears open for that. Might come up in the next couple of days or week, but may not. I've asked my spirit guides to be more relevant as far as timing goes, and relevant for me means, is this going to happen in the next week? You know what I mean? Or 2 weeks, right? I think for them, when I ask for things that's happening in the next week or 2 weeks, for them, it's like they're showing me that's in the past for them. Their time is so much faster than ours that's like, well, it already happened. Why do you want to know about it? Well, hello, not for me, you know? So maybe I can work with them to better get timing, to get better at timing these things. That would be helpful. For me, I think it'd be helpful for you. However, in the meantime, you can go back a month or 2 months and you can look at my videos and you can see it happening right now. So I want to talk to you about the Trump organization and the charges that they're bringing against the organization itself. So they've announced that they're going to bring charges against the organization. They said soon. Many people in the legal, and I don't watch news. I don't watch Rachel Maddow. I just don't, because for one thing, I need a break. For another thing, I just don't. I mean, my guides are in my head every day talking to me about my diet. I just don't even need them talking about all the things Rachel Maddow is talking about. So I'm going to say I just know this just a little bit, and that is that, and I'm trying to stay connected to them. I'm basically going to do a light channel, right? They're just going to come through, just kind of like a mind dump. I'm going to be a vessel. And when I go off on a tangent, I lose that connection, so I have to go back and get it. Okay, I was talking about the organization. I don't even know what they were saying. Let me reconnect with them, and I won't do any more tangents. I'll just try to be. It'll probably be fast, but it'll be what it is. And when I pause like that, I'm connecting. They're talking to me. Sometimes I can talk to you while they're talking to me, but sometimes if it's something I don't understand or if it's completely new to me, then I have to stop and pay attention. And they were just talking about Schiavone. I might be having the name wrong. Schiavone. It could be a ski something. It could be Schiavone, Scione. I don't know. So when they're talking to me, sometimes it's hard. I have to phonetically try to understand what they're saying. Same thing when they give you the name of the spirit guide. It's like not a name I would know. It's not like, Janet. So I have to kind of phonetically sound out what they're saying and try to understand it. Okay, so Schiavone might be involved. Charges. Schiavone, Schia something. Charges. Low. This guy is... this would be a good time for me to say this is for entertainment purposes only. And we say that because we don't want to get into any TROUBLE with YouTube or anybody else for that matter. I swear, I keep hearing ski-own. I don't know. Something. This person charges, I want to say, connected to the mob. Right. So they're saying that the Russian and the Italian, some of the Italian, well, of course, so the Russian mob took over, pushed out, and in that way took over the Italian mob in the United States. There's still some strongholds, but not so much, because what happened is, instead of like doing the old time mob fights where there would be gunshots and dead bodies and things like that, they don't do it like that anymore, folks. What they do is the same thing Russia's doing to America. They go inside and take them out from the inside, like the old Trojan horse thing. So what they are doing to the Italian mob, and I'm telling you, there's very few holdouts. There's a little bit in I just heard California. There's a little bit of Florida. I was seeing Florida and then I heard California. A little bit of Florida, a little bit of California, and a little bit, obviously, on the East Coast. The New York area, Bedford, Stewie, something. I don't know what that is in New York. I'm sorry. I'm not a New Yorker. I know that there is a Stewie and I know there's a Bedford. I don't know. Just telling you what they're telling me. So anyway, the thing that to not get lost in the weeds here, the thing is that the Russian mob is going in and taking over these lower hierarchy. There's a hierarchy, right? And the lower level, that's the word, lower level people that are mobsters. The Russian mob is paying them off and having them spy on that part of the mob and give information to the Russians, but also to set them up to be arrested. That's crazy, right? So they're going to these lower level Italian mobsters and they're saying, I'm going to pay you and you're going to come over here and work for us and we'll protect you. But we need you to sort of tip the police off that this thing is going down so these people can start getting arrested. So you understand, right? They're not having shootouts. This is not the old way anymore. Russia understands that they can literally change nations, politics, and also organizations, organized crime by getting in the lower levels and then kind of I mean, I wish I could describe the visual, but it's like when you go inside something and you blow it up from the inside, right? Nobody ever sees it coming because what do? We protect the outside, right? We're always protecting our exterior. And when something comes in the middle, inside your interior, where you're feeling safe, you're feeling good, that's where they get you, Trojan horse. Exactly the same thing they're doing to America. They're basically, the picture they show me over and over again for what the Russian mob is doing to America is if you take, let's say you take a lead container. So the outside is very, very strong and protected. On the inside, however, it's very fragile. It could be full of glass. It could be very fragile. Well, on the inside of this lead container, which would be the United States of America, because we have a very strong exterior. We have the Navy, the Marines, the Air Force, the Army, the Coast Guard. I mean, we've got all these protections on the outside. But once you get on the inside and you're admitted to the inside, you have free reign to do whatever you want. So what they keep showing me is, and this show me this for months and months and months and months, on the inside is a wrecking ball. Just swinging around on the inside. The outside looks fine. The outside looks perfectly fine. The inside is literally being obliterated. That's what's happening and what was happening and honestly is happening to America. So why did I go down that big rabbit hole? Well, because Schiavone or Schianetti or somebody like that, this dude is a big deal in the sense that he's a lower level guy, but he's really going to cause some big level problems. And let me ask them if this guy is going to cause problems in the Trump organization, which is the whole reason I started talking about this, right? Is this guy going to cause problems for Trump? Yes, he's going to cause problems for Trump. Yes, he is. So I don't think it's the Joe Schiavone. I think this is another guy, Schiametti. I don't know. I can't get it. I've heard the word Schiavone, and I thought it was connected to Trump. I really did. Like, I had a knowing, like, well, that guy works for Trump or is somehow involved in Trump, Schiavone. But when I Google it, I can't find anything. So maybe Schiavone does work for Trump. Maybe that's the right name, and he's a lower level person that's just not public, right? So what's going to happen with the Trump organization? Well, so there's a couple of things I need to tell you guys about. First of all, they just said they're going down. But that's a different voice. I am clairaudient, so I can hear the voices in my head. I don't really like it when I hear them in my ears because it confuses me because I think somebody is really in my house. But I heard it in a deeper voice. Somebody said they're going down, and it was a deeper voice. The voice that my guides use is different. I could just tell you. So who was that voice? So it doesn't matter because I believe this person. This just doesn't feel, when I check the energy, it feels like, well, no, this is interesting. It feels like they're showing me that they're a reporter, a crossed over reporter that maybe was involved in Watergate. Not the reporter, but just somebody who was maybe not even involved, but was in the periphery. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody who worked at that newspaper, or somebody that worked at, around that. Anyway, so they're going down. So the Trump organization going down. I believe that the Trump organization is going down. This is a really good. What they're showing me is, I also hear. I'm clairvoyant, which means seeing, and clairaudient, which means hearing. Clairsentient, which means feeling. But I'm seeing. I heard they're going down. I saw, like when a cheetah attacks like a gazelle, and they go and their feet go out from under them. You know what I mean? Like you take your feet out from somebody. And also I heard the word hamstring or hamstrung, or something. When they cut the hamstrings, right? You fall down. You can't run. You can't walk. You're basically out of commission. So what they're doing is they're taking the Trump organization down by taking their feet out from under them. And that's an interesting visual, right? They're not going to necessarily arrest them or put them in prison or in prison or jail them. They're going to incapacitate them. They're going to make them not able to function. Because once they get all these charges and they get their assets seized, the Trump organization can no longer make money. And I know nothing of what I'm speaking. I'm telling you what my guides and whoever this dude is telling me. So maybe I'm completely wrong. This is what I'm hearing from them. I don't know the law. The New York State law? Is this New York State? Yeah, I think it is, isn't it? New York, isn't this coming from New York State? Anyway, that's what I just heard, New York State law. Okay, whatever. They're incapacitating the Trump organization. So that means, wow. Okay, hold on. Okay, that was complicated that they just showed me, because it went from one thing to another thing to another thing. And like, I can't tell you guys all those things at once. That's 3 different things. They really overestimate my abilities. Okay. I mean, not my psychic abilities, my comprehension abilities. I mean, come on. Okay. So what they said was, okay, so let me back up and try to separate it. So it's money. Okay, they're not going to make money. They can't make money. Okay, that was the first thing they said. They won't be able to make money. That was easy enough. Then they said, it's not that they're making money anyway. They're paying their bills. They're in debt. So the money they make goes to service the debt that they have. Okay, so it's not like they're losing profit here. It's that they're not going to be able to pay off the loans from whoever that they have, right? So that's step 1, not making money. Step 2, that they won't be able to pay their debt. Step 3 was that, and this is the doozy, 3 is the doozy, is that, well, when Rico, I did a whole video called Rico is his name-o. You guys should watch it. It was probably 3 months ago. Remember what I told you? Rico law. So theoretically speaking, and I swear to God, they're dumb enough to do this. They're going to keep making money. Well, now how are they going to make money? All their legal ways of making money have now been incapacitated, have been cut off. But there's no money coming in. I'm still paying this, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is that, it could be like rent on one of his houses, or it could be a mortgage, or it could be, it could be his golf course fees or whatever. I don't know. How is he paying that money? That's the thing. He's so stupid. If You can't continue to pay things with illegal funds if you're not supposed to be able to pay things. If you're not supposed to be able to pay anything, then you need to pretend like you can't pay anything. Don't keep paying things, because then, hello, where'd you get the money? Not from any legal source, because the United States just, what is the word when you, when they grab everything? I can't, I know you guys, it probably drives you guys crazy, but the guides don't have that word available to me at this time. Assets, freeze their assets, but that's not what they said. It was some other word. So all his assets are being frozen. Well, then how is he paying some of these other things? Where's he getting that money from? Now, you know he's going to try to wash it and launder it through some friend. Oh, well, I got this friend is paying my bills. You know what? I'm sorry, you guys. The feds are not that stupid. They're not that stupid. The thing is, they've been investigating him for years. And obviously on the down low, because the whole time he was taking people in and out of the FBI and the CIA, there was a group of them, and these are civil servants, they're telling me. I mean, basically salaried. I'm not talking about the FBI director, the CIA director. I'm talking about, Mary Clark and John Smith and Raquel and whoever that just are career CIA, FBI agents. Well, they've been doing their own research on the down low. And they've been sharing this with Biden and Obama. This is something I read about months ago too. I told you guys this months ago. All during Trump's reign of terror, these people were heroes, and they were reporting to Obama. And Obama was sharing it with Biden. So we come into this presidency knowing a lot more than these dummies think we know. For real. Now, the problem is that, and I've said this before too, watch the other videos, I've said this before too, Biden just can't walk in on day 60 or 90 and say, I've got all this information and it dates back to 2016, 17, 18, and 19. He can't do that. He has to back it up. He has to make it look like it didn't happen from these rogue employees, CIA and FBI employees, who were doing things that they weren't supposed to do. He's not going to out them. He's not going to leave a soldier on the field for the enemy to take over, right? He's not going to let them get in trouble. He's not going to let them lose their pension, lose their career. He's got to cover for how he got the information. I've said it before. They've said it before. So this is what he's doing right now. Right now, he's basically creating a structure that looks like they've gotten this information in the last 3 months. That's going to take some time to create the cover for these people that were really working. I mean, they show me these people would go home at 5, let's just say, but they wouldn't go home. They would go to somebody's house where they literally would work. Basically, I'm seeing 5 out of 7 nights, sometimes 6 out of 7 nights a week. They would go to a place where they had a whole command center. They created an auxiliary FBI at somebody's house, location, it feels like a basement, and was investigating him from 3 months after the man was president. It was in place. It had the blessings of President Obama. It had the blessings of George W. Bush. It had the blessings of a lot of people. And on top of that, it was top secret. It was kept secret. The generals didn't know about it. People didn't know about it. Isn't General Miley, isn't that his name? Miley? General Miley? I think he's on our side, right? General Miley? I think he knew about it. I feel like that guy, that name just came to me. I feel like he knew about it. So, okay, I got that off my chest. So, they got it off my chest. I don't know. Okay, so right. So why does this matter? Okay, so it matters because, oh my God, sorry guys. It matters because, well, he's going down. I mean, you guys, he has no money. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? The man cannot buy a latte. I mean, whatever little money they allow him to have, which I don't know that they'll even do that. I'm not sure. He's literally going to be living off of the, I wanted to say grift and gift at the same time. It's kind of like similar words in Trump land, of the gifts of other people. So I see him being loaned money from people. Crimea just came in. That's Russia, right? Crimea. And Putin came in. I'm telling you, Putin is playing with Trump like a cat and mouse game is what they're showing me, but Putin is the cat. And Trump still thinks that he can get things out of Putin. And all Putin is doing is whatever he can to wreck America. He's not going to save Trump ever. Never going to save Trump. He's never going to save any of those kids. He's never going to save anybody. He doesn't care. He doesn't want to save anybody. He wants to wreck us more. So he's going to feed Trump more things that can get Trump more indicted. But the problem is that he's going to go too far. We've all seen this. We've all seen something happening to Putin. Most of us have seen something happening to Putin and him losing power in the next year to 18 months. Well, why? Why would he do that? He's not gonna retire. I'm gonna tell you that. He's not gonna be retiring to spend more time with his family, the ones he hadn't poisoned yet. So I tell you how he's gonna retire is that, and I think Jen said this, Jen's World Tarot, check her out, because this was so right on the money. There's money to be had in Russia. There's a lot more money to be had in Russia. The oligarchs in Russia are the ones who really run in the thing. And they don't like this. They want all those Russians to have money to buy their products, to buy any products, to make money. Right now, people are starving over there. They don't have jobs. COVID is running rampant over there. That is not making anybody any money. Okay, that they don't want repression. They want money. So they want more capitalism. And they want Putin out. So how this all circles back is that Putin is, and Biden has already put him on notice, but Putin knows what he's done to America. I mean, look, let me tell you, the guy is pretty potent right now. He's pretty, he's a problem. He's a big problem for us. And a little warning isn't going to do it. It's not going to do it. So, but what can happen is that as Putin continues to feed Trump stuff, money, whatever it is, money, favors, things like that, what happens is that, of course, all of that is being recorded. Everything about Trump is being recorded. So then Putin gets, he gets outed even more as basically trying to destabilize our country. And then you have more sanctions and more isolation from other countries, like, the G7, the G20, that kind of thing, right? So the more he gets isolated, the worse the economy. COVID gets worse. They have a breakout of these super variants like Delta and Kappa variants, and then the oligarchs are like, you know what? This isn't working for us. We're not making any money. All the other countries are thriving and making money. We're not. You're out. Okay. Now, how they're going to get rid of him, we can talk about later, because it isn't. He's not going to step down. He's not going to retire. He could retire if he thought, this is true. They're telling me he could retire if he thought, like, look at Netanyahu. Look at how many times some of these people have been out of power and waited and bided their time and then jumped back in power. So he could retire and keep his little fiefdom of criminals in some part. Where's the Crimea? Anyway, in some part of Russia. And then wait for his opportunity to jump back into power. At the same time, when he's been relegated to this back country or small position. He's going to be using his criminal enterprise. So that would be a way out for him. I don't know if his ego would allow him to take it, though. But his criminal enterprise could actually stand to make quite a bit of money, right? If there's more money flowing into Russia, he could stand to make quite a bit of money. But y'all, it's not about money. If it was about money for Putin, Russia would be having money everywhere. It's about power. It's about power. It's about being strong and showing the world that you're the one that people have to come to and talk to. You know, it's like Whimsy always talked about trade routes. In the very beginning, when she started remote viewing Putin, Putin was always talking about trade routes. It is so true. Whimsy was absolutely right. She totally dialed into his energy. He cares about trade routes. Right now we have trade route that goes through South America and the canal, the Panama Canal. Well, when that was shut down because a ship blocked it, guess whose trade route was used? Putin's. All of a sudden, Putin's trade route, which he's been trying to get people to use, was the only accessible trade route. So how easy is it for him to get another ship stuck in the Panama Canal and have everybody forced to use his trade routes? Okay, so he really cares about power. I don't see him stepping down for money. I think he would step down with the idea that he would assassinate some people and get power back. Okay, I see that happening. But that's not going to happen either. I'm telling you, it's done. It's done. The energy says it's done. Russia is ready to come into more of a socialist country or a democratic socialist country. Putin is over. However, in the meantime, he really has done a number on America that will take us, I just heard 50 years to get through, which really is very depressing. But it's going to take us decades to get through this. He is. They're saying he didn't do anything that wasn't already here, which is true, right? I mean, he uncovered our ugliness. He uncovered our racism. How did he uncover it? You might be asking. Well, through QAnon and through Trump, pitting us against each other through social media. I can't think of the name of that Cambridge Analytica. Cambridge Analytica. Just Google that and look up the articles on that, and then be prepared to have a couple of hours to just be in some kind of zombie land, because you're going to have your mind blown, okay? That was all Putin. He has, back to the thing, wrecking ball on the inside of our country, continuously doing it. We look great on the outside. On the inside, not so much. We have to deal with this. We have to get together on this, right? Back to the Trump organization. So when it's over. Now somebody has said it's over. The Trump organization is over. So what does this mean? Let's get down to brass tacks here. What does this mean for the kids? They immediately show me Ivanka talking. She's always talking. Isn't she always talking? Like they show me her talking. Like she's going to talk her way out of it. You know what I mean? And that could be turning state's witness, which I've already said, a lot of people have already said. They've already flipped on everybody, guys. The boys have flipped on each other. They flipped on Ivanka. Ivanka's flipped on her dad. I mean, they have. It's just that everybody has done so much flipping. The feds they have to put it all together and figure out which is the best. It's like when you have multiple offers on a house you're selling. Which offer are you going to go with? You have to take some time to figure out which one is the best one. That's what they're doing. They're trying to figure out, and then they go back and play them. Now, some of this is just sportsmanship, apparently, that they just want to play them against each other. This is like literally like they have an inter-office. What are those things when you do football, those cards? Yeah. They have inter-office bingo. You know, who's going to do this next? Bingo, I got it right this time, right? So some of it's just sportsmanship. Because they're so screwed. Those Trump family's so screwed. They've got enough information to charge them 9 ways to Sunday, but they're continuing to get the information because they can. Because these people are just, Well, this one time, Eric did this, and here's the text. Oh, okay. Let's add that to our file. Imagine having too much evidence. Imagine having so much evidence that you don't even know what to lead with. Right? Because if you play it this way, these things happen. But if you play it this way, these things happen. Well, which one's better for you? Which one's better for the United States? So that's what's happening. They're building their case, but they've got too much evidence. So it's over. So let me ask them, show me. Wow. I just saw a picture of Eric. It seems like Eric. I saw a picture of Eric, and he has handcuffs on, and the thing that's so interesting about these handcuffs, it's almost like they've been polished. They're so shiny that it's like gleaming, right? Like, I don't know if that's to tell me that the handcuffs are new, right? That it's new charges, or it almost feels like these federal officers don't put handcuffs on people very often, so they never use their handcuffs. It's not like police officers that had to go to zip ties. You know what I mean? These people very rarely use, they're super high level white collar crimes that they investigate, and usually you can just take them in. You don't need to handcuff them, right? You know what I mean? You're not going to handcuff a multimillionaire necessarily. You're just going to stick them in the car and drive them in, right? So, but I see Eric, super bright handcuffs. Like, I don't know what that's about. That's crazy. I don't know. And so I just heard flight risk. When is this? I think this is in the future, you guys. This is back to that 2 months. What is this month? June, July, almost July. August. Flight risk. Oh. So one thing you can do is go month by month and see how you feel. So when I go into July, I feel kind of constricted, right? Like my arms when they come in together. I'm feeling tight. It's hard to fit in July. But it's just my arms. And then when I go into specifically September, I'm having a hard time breathing. Like, it's so tight now, I don't really feel like I can breathe comfortably. Like, I'm constricted. And it's hard to swallow in September. Yeah. So September is going to be not pretty for the Trump organization or the Trump kids. I mean, it's over. I mean, they're like, we don't have anything to say except for that it's over. The Trump organization is over. The IRS is involved. What was that? They just said something crimes, and I missed it. I also heard crimes against humanity. I mean, that's like The Hague, right? I mean, that's what we all think should happen. 600,000 people perished because of this virus. And honestly, 400,000 of them probably shouldn't have. We should have had our act together by then. If we had had a decent president, a real president. So yeah, that is crimes against humanity. Oh my God, lawsuits flying, lawsuits everywhere. The feds don't care. The feds have the priority here. They're just like batting down lawsuits. Like, yeah, get in line. Get in line. You're never gonna have a chance. We're gonna. It's this is ours. This is ours. Like, that's what I hear them saying. This is ours. It's like once one piles on, the feds pile on. Everybody starts piling on. So, but the feds are like, no, back up, get in line, get over there, give us space. So, so when will they take the feet? This is just, I mean, it's just too much. It's just too much. It's like the mafia. It's like when the mafia starts paying Trump's bills and Trump is allowing them to, and, you know, the feds are like, oh my God, you know, like just so stupid, right? This is so stupid. And then Trump goes to Scotland. I don't think Scotland's going to let him in. He tries to go to Scotland. You know, that's the thing. Trump is like trying to act like he's innocent. You know what I mean? So he's like, oh, I'm just going to go to Scotland. No, you're not. Right? And so I want to ask one more thing, and we're getting long here, but I want to ask one more thing about Trump. He's doing these rallies, right? He's going to the Texas border this week about the border wall with my stupid governor. And I do want to say this. They're going to make, the crazy ones, the really crazy ones, right, not for Trump. Right, I get it. Okay, I get it. Okay, right, okay, that's good news. Okay, well, I mean, it's not good news, but it's news. They're not going to do it for Trump. So he can no longer say attack. He can't dog whistle. It's not going to work. His dog whistle broke down. So he's not going to be able to dog whistle these people into action, okay? Because there are people. That's my thing. I know that I was going to tell you is there are people who will take action, okay? So there is still a segment of the population of Americans, and we all know that majority of them are white and male, and I'm just going to stop there. That segment still is a little bit trigger finger itchy, a little trigger finger happy, okay? But they're not gonna risk, their freedom for Trump. So that's good. That he's becoming more and more of a nobody, and that's going to help him fall into disgrace even faster. And I mean, he's already in disgrace for me, but that's what they told me. I think fall in disgrace for them. Fall in disgrace for his fans, okay? Because he never was in any grace to fall anywhere from the first place for me. But I want to say that I just do want to say that there is, really quickly, there's some possibilities of some more violence against people by these right-wing 3%ers, oath keepers, boogaloo boys, whatever they are, whatever group they are. Basically, they're racist. They're all white racists. I mean, let's just common denominator besides their IQ level is white racists. Those people are, okay, really quickly, those people are being targeted by the C-19 thing that's running around. I've already used a lot of words I shouldn't be using in this video, so I'm going to start abbreviating things. Those people are being targeted by the thing that's going around the country making people sick because they're not getting vaccinated. Okay, so since they're not getting vaccinated, they're going to be targeted. And then guess what that feels like? That feels like you're being targeted by the big GOV, the big brother. And then they start feeling like, okay, they released it in my community, which is all full of these kinds of people. So you can kind of see now how, because they're already not, they're not in touch with any kind of reality to begin with, that it's very easy for them to make these big leaps to these theories, okay? So when that starts happening, and then you add the layer of the Delta and the Kappa varieties of this thing that's going around, which are going to be more deadly and quicker, that's where we're going to run into some problems, okay? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? And Jen's World just did a great video on this where she said this fall we're going to have a kind of an outbreak, if you will, in general, and also with these other variants. So when these other variants start really kind of targeting people that aren't vaccinated, that's when they're going to feel like they're being singled out and attacked. And if you're not if you're not all the way up there, if you're not rational, if you're not a rational thinking person, you can think that the government's out to get you, which I know somebody who thought the government was out to get him because he's a former guy supporter. And I just looked at him like he was crazy, because this guy is like he's logical. He's a very practical, logical man, but he totally believed that the government was out to get him. I mean, so if this guy can believe that, then you can imagine that a lot of others can believe that too. So that's where we run into problems. My whole point is that the former guy is not going to be the guy that dog whistles these people into action. It's going to be people like Stephen Miller. It's going to be people like Bannon and InfoWars guy. Those people are going to... And Putin is going to be in there in their social media, in Parler, in all these crazy places that they live, and they talk to each other and stirring it up. And that's where we're going to have problems. That's where you're going to have violence break out. Okay? So, it doesn't matter. The former guy can do his little dog and pony, and that's really honestly an insult to dogs and ponies everywhere. So he can do his little show, and it doesn't matter. It's not he doesn't have the power he used to. However, the problems are still there. The threat is still there. So you guys, we need to be careful in general, especially as we go into late summer. I'm thinking August, September, and then something around November. Skirmishes. I just heard the word skirmishes. So little outbreaks of some violence because of these things. So that's not something I really like sharing with you guys, but forewarned is forearmed. Be careful, be safe. I know we're all running around without masks on. I know I am, although I don't really go to places like Walmart. I don't go to malls. I haven't been to a great big party, people-filled place yet. So I would just say be a little bit cautious, right? Going forward. With this variant going around, it can still make us sick, right? We may survive it, but I mean, who wants to even get this thing? Because every time, if you get it, you run the possibility of getting the long haul syndrome. I don't even want to get it. I don't care that I can survive it. I just don't want to get it. So I just say, be careful, guys. Still use your brains. Use your feel the energy. If the energy feels funky, leave. Take your dinner to go and leave, right? Trust yourself. Trust your gut. Use that, because that is informed from your angels and your guides, your crossed over loved ones. They're the ones that communicate with you through this gut feeling. All of a sudden, I don't feel safe here. I don't feel good here. I know it's hard when you have a spouse who's like, that's crazy. You're acting crazy. Well, then, you know what? Feign that you have an upset stomach. Do what you got to do. You know? And look, if you go home early and nothing happens, fine. If you go home and something happens, fine. Just trust your gut, because the more you trust it, the more you fine tune it, the more accurate it's going to be. Okay? Listen, I hope this was helpful. Whenever I do these basically channelings, it's a very light channel where I just kind of step. It's kind of how I do my readings. A lot of times I step to the side and I let the intelligence, the spirit guides come through. I never know. I have no idea what I just told you. I don't remember my readings either. But anyway, I hope it's been helpful. It's been great visiting with you guys again. Thank you guys for joining me. A couple of announcements. I do offer classes with Medium Kim. If you haven't checked out her website, her channel, please do. She's a hospice nurse and she has some amazing videos on there. Medium Kim, all one word, on YouTube. And we are going to be announcing a new class on mediumship. So you don't have to be a medium to take the class. This is the reason we're offering the class. We're going to really give you some very basic and really good foundation on how to start connecting with the other side. You know, when you connect with the other side, that you also are going to learn how to connect your psychic abilities, how to touch base with your spirit guides. So there's a lot of things that also kind of come with that. So if you're interested in our mediumship class, you can leave a comment or you can email. Actually, I take it back. Don't leave a comment because I won't know how to contact you. Please email me directly at SusanLynnMedium@gmail.com. SusanLynnMedium@gmail.com. If you're interested in any of the classes that Medium Kim and I are offering, I really appreciate it. You guys are wonderful. It really helps me if you like the video and you subscribe, because what that does is it allows YouTube to show this video to more people who may be interested. If you think it was interesting, maybe other people will think it's interesting. And if you're concerned about YouTube knowing, or maybe the public knowing how or where you subscribe to, make your subscriptions private. You just go to your own YouTube account, your own Gmail account, and you go to YouTube and you make your subscriptions private. You can Google how to do that. No one has to know you were here. You can even create an alias. Many people on YouTube that leave comments have a different name. They don't use their real name. You can do that. That way nobody knows you're here and nobody knows that you're an attorney and you're tuning into a psychic medium, right? No problem. No problem at all. I have I'm lucky enough to have quite a few pretty high-powered people watch this, and I do appreciate all of you regardless of where you come from or who you are. Thanks again for joining me. You guys all take care. Blessings to you. Have a wonderful day.